Lindsay and Erica White have developed a sustainable fertiliser and grass management system for their beef breeding and finishing business based just south of Monganui in Northland. Fencing and subdivision has helped control and maximise the potential of the Kikuyu-dominated pastures on the farm.
When we first came to the property 24 years ago, we had no Kikuyu, but it's gradually moved in. I used to absolutely hate Kikuyu, but I'm getting to like it a little bit now. Initially, when we moved here, we just used this normal old superphosphate and chucked a bit of lime on from time to time, but in the last 12 or so, maybe 14 years, we've got away from that and we're starting to think more about fertiliser and looking at long-term effects of it. We don't use superphosphate anymore. The first reason we changed was because we were worried about it leaching away. Often you put the fertiliser on, then get 100 mils of rain, and we thought we were losing a bit of it. So we've changed into RPR and serpentine super and a little bit of dicalcic super. In the future, we want to try more aerating. We want to try and experiment to find out how little amount of fertiliser that we can put on and still produce. That's going to be our challenge because fertiliser is frightfully expensive now. What we're standing on here is mostly Kikuyu grass. We're running the fattening cattle through first into each paddock. One day in the paddock for them. We take them straight out and put a mob of cows in straight behind to clean up as much as they'll eat. And then we come in with the little seeder here and the tractor and mulch it. If we do that, then the ryegrass and clover will come up and grow right through the winter. If we don't, this old Kikuyu sits around, nothing will eat it. It's got a metabolisal energy of about 4. Cattle will actually lose weight on it, and it stops the good grass from growing up through it. The mulcher picks up all that cow pat and mixes it all up with the old Kikuyu grass and makes quite a good brew. And the paddocks come away absolutely beautifully, just like regrassing afterwards. Another thing we do to control the Kikuyu grass is we make baleage as well in the autumn. We cut it and bale it ourselves, and that's doing two things. It's giving us some feed for the winter, for the stock, and getting that Kikuyu off the paddocks.
The subdivision is the crucial part to this farm. We have really good control of the pastures. We have that transfer of fertility so that, we've got all that fertility going back onto the pastures and evenly spread over the whole paddock too. It's absolutely crucial. We split up the paddocks with sticks and strings as well, even these small paddocks, just to get the control of the pasture. This has been mulched probably 6 weeks ago. We're just putting in Italian ryegrass biennial, and we've had great success with it. Some of the tabu that we've sown this way is still here since 2005. Not every paddock gets done every year. It depends on how much Kikuyu is growing and how matted it becomes. But mostly the flats will get done, and the hills haven't got as much Kikuyu in them yet, but I guess they will be in the future. The steeper hills we haven't done a lot with over the last few years because it's expensive to put fertiliser on, and they're quite steep. A lot of those hills we're actually retiring, especially the ones that are prone to erosion, planting native trees in those areas. We use them as a holding block for the cows to go up there to get them off this good country to stop pugging. So we'll put the cows up there in the winter or when it's wet.
This program was made with funding from New Zealand On Air.